Hey y'all. So got this Admirals Choice Vanilla Cavendish, which I'm turning on to aromatics a lot more. This smelled quite good, and I have some experience with Cavendish, so I'm like, yum. So just thought I'd have a smoke here. Ooh, it's soft. I mean, it's not over moist, it's just softer than I would have imagined. Let me use, I got these plastic bowls, even like, here, I'll show you. I'm kind of irresponsible. You can see sometimes I ash in them and there's holes through the bottom. When will I ever learn? But a bowl helps me out a lot. I saw this guy. I don't want to say who it is just because I might not know. I might get it wrong. But I saw him. He just put his pipe in it was probably a bag, and he used one finger. He just went, and then his pipe was packed. And I was thinking to myself when he was doing that, and like, he probably packs his pipe better than me with one finger, than me with like all my concentration, like, and like two hands, and like packing it, trying to draw, and then doing it too tight, and then doing it too tight, and then emptying it out and doing, like, just agonizing over how I'm packing my pipe, you know. It's Saturday afternoon. I don't have the time, and it's raining out a little, but I mean, people always, Seattle has a pretty bad reputation for raining all the time. But you know, the truth of it is that it doesn't rain all the time. It's mostly, it rains, you know, during the winter, once per day, but it's overcast all the time. It's gray, and that really bums people out a lot. People that aren't from here usually. People that are from here, I mean, not always, but they usually like rain. Not always. I have a few friends that are native here, and they hate the rain. This is a basket pipe. I got Everett cigar pipes and cigar. It's probably the best. I mean, I've said it before. It's probably the best tobacco shop around here. There's a tobacco patch over in Redmond, I think. Could be wrong about that. It's over east, and for some reason my world goes north-south, pretty far south, probably down to Olympia. I could get down to Olympia and I wouldn't think much about it, and probably all the way up to at least Smoky Point, you know, and no problem. But if I go west, you know, there's ocean there, so it could go west because it's only a couple miles that way. But east, I don't even go 1 mile east usually, you know. And it's weird because there's all kinds of cool stuff over there. You know, there's Bellevue, there's Monroe. But I don't know it very well. Redmond, Kirkland. Started using a real tamper. it was handy. In case you're wondering, the what I have going back in the background is just something that I recorded on VHS in the 90s, which was a John Lennon. It's a John Lennon tribute. It happened right after 9/11, like a couple days after 9/11. I recorded it on VHS. I watched it for years and years and years. It's one of my favorite things to watch. And it has different people doing John Lennon songs. It's kind of a tribute. They had it. I think they had it. They must have had it planned way before 9/11. And then when 9/11 happened, they still went through with it. But they were like, they acknowledged that 9/11 happened, and they're kind of. I forget, but it just captured a time a little bit. You know, 9/11 was so horrible, and they were talking about. It was in New York, so they're talking about how they were affected and stuff. They were looking forward to the future, positive, you know. Acknowledging that we've been hurt, but the future is bright still, you know. So they have Dave Matthews playing a song. This is the Stone Temple Pilots. Lou Reed's on there, so you know that's one of the main reasons. Like Alanis Morissette, Natalie Merchant, but actually the big surprise on this is that it has Kevin Spacey doing Mind Games by John Lennon, and it's really good. I mean, it's a trip to see him like dressed in like button-up shirt and slacks, and he's not known to be like a rocker or nothing. And then he just belts out Mind Games pretty good. So that's pretty sick. I'm having a hard time getting this going. If I was a wise man, probably would have let it dry out. Okay. So, vanilla Cavendish, Admiral's choice. It's Alanis Morissette doing Dear Prudence. It's not bad. From the 90s, you know. So when I got some video equipment to record VHS onto computer, like hard drive, rip it, I put these old bootleg things on there. It's an experiment to see if I get away with it on YouTube, because I've seen people play like genuine like copywritten music, and as long as it's like in the background, not really focused on, you get away with it. So I'm trying this one because it won't be like in any index. It would have to recognize melody or something like that. Their detection software would have to recognize the melody sung by an entirely different person, different arrangement, everything. So I'm like, music might add something to a video. Anyways, I love John Lennon. He's my favorite Beatle by far. I find as time goes by, he becomes more and more everybody's favorite Beatle. You know? I love his solo stuff. I love just about everything he did. I think he was a true artist. I like kind of the way he lived his life. Kind of, he didn't. He was creative, you know, and like you see video of him, and a camera will come on, he'll make a goofy face or he'll dance or something. He wasn't concerned about his image so much, although that became kind of his image, that he was, you know, kind of a joker. I like that. And then Lou Reed's on here, which I love Lou Reed. I just love him. The Velvet Underground is what got me into Lou Reed. I've said it before, but yeah, I discovered the Velvet Underground. I didn't even know Lou Reed was a singer in the Velvet Underground, but once I found that out, because I loved the Velvet Underground, I bought a box set by them and I listened to that constantly. I heard Lou Reed was singer for Velvet Underground, and at the time I was getting into David Bowie right in that same time, like, oh, David Bowie's good too, wow, that's cool. And then so I went out and bought like Mott the Hoople, Sweet, Slade, a lot of glam music from the early 70s. T-Rex, oh, T-Rex, love T-Rex. Electric Warrior, I think it's called Electric Warrior, one of my favorite all-time albums. So awesome. So then Lou Reed, and I was like, oh, he just carries on being rad, you know? So he lived through the 70s as well, which a lot of people did. Cut out a lot of the talking in some bands that I didn't like at the time. I probably would like them now.
I was dreaming of the past, and my heart was beating.
It's really a bummer when he passed away, you know. A lot of people were like, oh, you know, why are you so surprised or whatever, you know, he's a heroin addict, and, you know, I think takes a toll. I don't know if we were surprised, but, you know, just not surprised, just like, it happened, it really happened, he passed away, so. Kind of a bummer. So, where it's going is really good. This pipe's funny for a couple of reasons. One is that it's so narrow down here that when you get to the bottom of the bowl, you can't hold it like this. You gotta hold it like this because it gets so hot right here, and it gurgles. One of my least favorite pipes. I bought it because it was small. Yeah. It's going now. So it's getting to be Christmas time. I'm happy about that. I really like Christmas. I'm doing Advent songs at church. I'm playing bass almost every week. That's good. Probably leave this going. Edit out some of the other artists and then leave the Kevin Spacey on the end. I'll kind of talk over it a little bit because I hope you can even hear it, or otherwise I'm talking about something that you can't even hear. I'm crazy, dude. Topic to topic to topic. Ugh. Might be kind of interesting in a short 15-minute video, but I literally drive people insane in my life. What are you talking? Like, you didn't even acknowledge you were changing topic. You just, what are you talking about now? You know? It's funny. It's good when it's going, this tobacco, but I think next time I'll leave it out for a little bit in the house, because the moisture content out here, it's not going to dry out, it's going to get wetter. I seem to like my tobaccos a little drier too. Pour now. Literally where my dog is. How could I forget? Ew. Actually, if you make it this far, I was wondering, maybe in the comment section, just share a little bit about what kind of music you like. What artists do you like kind of the most? You know? I'm just curious. Music's such a huge part of my life, you know? And I like most types of music. I think every genre has something in it that's good. Hip hop, you know, I like early hip hop, Sugar Hill Gang, all the way, you know, LL Cool J, Run DMC, all the way to about, you know, Dr. Dre. I mean, I don't have all their albums or anything, but I had lots of friends that listened to that stuff, so it's pretty familiar. And so I like all that stuff. And then like country music, I like older country music. I like 70s country music. Waylon Jennings and you know, geez, I can't think of another one, but I like the 70s type stuff. Willie Nelson, some of it, not all of it. Dolly Parton's good. Even like older, like Patsy Cline, and if I hear something that's really old, country music, like folky old, I usually don't know what it is, but I'll pipe up. I'll be like, oh, what's that? You know, it's like super old. I heard Roscoe Holcomb singing Man of Constant Sorrow. I was like, yeah, grooving on that, you know. Blues. I love, you know, like Muddy Waters, Howlin' Wolf, Willie Dixon. You know, obviously I love classic rock, Stones, Beatles, Cream, Hendrix. All that stuff's great. 70s, you know, love the 70s. I just talked about glam rock, but like Black Sabbath and, you know, what else? Free was the 70s, I think. Bad Company, 80s, you know, I love the Cocteau Twins. I love
troublemaker,
Hard to think right now.
father, a husband, a man.
A lot of new wave from the early 80s,
The work of
you know.
Lennon was marked by a
So
supposed
that's all great. Obviously, I was 15 years old in 1990, so the grunge explosion was my teenage years. That's kind of where it all started, where I was like, music's so awesome, you know. So Alice in Chains, Soundgarden. I mean, Nirvana was fun at the time. It was a lot of fun, but I rarely put Nirvana in to listen to now. I still listen to Soundgarden all the time. Pearl Jam. I go in phases with Pearl Jam. Sometimes I'll be like, I'm all about Pearl Jam, and sometimes I'll be like, yeah, I'm not gonna play Pearl Jam right now, you know, that type of thing. This is that Kevin Spacey playing Mind Games. It's pretty awesome. Let me turn it up a little bit. And then it's Kevin Spacey. It's pretty good. So in the new millennium, there's a lot of little bands that I like. The Dresden Dolls, Arcade Fire, pretty mainstream stuff. I mean, for modern music, I like AWOL Nation now. A lot of them aren't coming to mind, but there's a few, you know. Don't like everything, but there's a bunch. Oh, the Lumineers are pretty good. So let's a little talk about music. Catastrophe. Not really that cold. Moisture isn't that bad. It was worse yesterday. That's why the little striker thing on the thing won't work very good. I guess I didn't have much to say. Just thought I'd try this vanilla Cavendish. I can't do reviews. I suck at them. But it is helpful to hear, like, oh, he's smoking this and he liked it. Maybe I should try it. It's like the most minuscule, like, review you could do is like, oh, I like it, or no, I don't like it. I got the most crooked face. Like, literally. This one's like, and this one's like, hello, and this one's like, sad, and then happy, like Two-Face. Probably the favorite thing about aromatics is the way they smell. I mean, I think that's like most people. Breathe it in. So if I'm going to be around people, I usually grab an aromatic. That was it. These were like my favorite. Kevin Spacey doing Mind Games. Not my... I say everything's my favorite all the time. If I like something even a little bit, it's like, that's my thing right now. It's my favorite. Kind of wanted you to hear that. I mean, I'm not trying to put it up as a bootleg like people do, but I thought I'd share it and talk about it a little bit, so. Peace out.